Man, oh man, oh man, I've been busy, busy, busy. I haven't had much time to upload any videos. I just want to give you a little update about my life, about what things have been going on for me. So I've recently, many of you know, but I've written my book. I've published a book about affordable housing, about how to become a property manager. Pretty much everything I learned, everything that I'm teaching you here, I put it into a book, and I'm hoping that I could positively influence someone's life because, when I first started in this field, there wasn't a lot of help for me. In fact, I want to say that things were really weighed against me, you know, and I understand. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have the skills. I was basically a dumb guy. That's what it is. A dumb fucking guy, useless. And everybody hated me and everybody wanted me out of there, man. Like it was horrible. And when people see you like that, people will treat you accordingly. And everybody who treats people less than them, they all do it differently. So you get to experience abuse from everybody, basically, whether that's fucking throwing things over your head, whether that's cussing at you, whether that's putting you down, whether that's disrespecting you, belittling you, whatever it is. But I'll tell you something. Sometimes the things in life, the hardest things in life, you just got to stick through them and you'll make it through, okay? You just got to fucking look that fucker in the eye and say, fuck you. Don't say that, obviously at work, but say it in your head. And I stuck through it. But the thing is, there was no training. There was no help for me. Yeah, there were some people who helped me out because they saw potential in me. They said, okay, maybe if I teach him how to do this, then I can use him for this. So then he's kind of useful. And then you learn something else. And then pretty soon you become very useful. But the point is, I had to learn the hard way. And maybe it's good that I learned the hard way, but I don't think everybody has to go through that. If I can teach you, it's kind of like weightlifting. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you could spend years just doing some useless shit and you never get any progress. But you get a good coach who knows the macros, the micros, and knows the muscle building time to build that muscle. And then with just a little bit of time, you'll see more gains than you did it on your own. So that's why with this little bit of information, you're going to see way more gains than I did it on my own. If I had this book before, believe me, I would have gone a lot farther. I'd be a fucking director right now. I'd be a director of affordable housing. I'd be running the whole fucking affordable housing in the whole fucking region. All right, I'd be the fucking number one head honcho. Anyways, so I wrote this book, and you're gonna read this book, and you're gonna love this book. It's gonna make you laugh. It's gonna make you cry. It's gonna inform you. It's gonna make you smarter, and you're gonna like it. And it's only $20. I had it $10 before on a promo, but now I just put it $20, $19.99. You can find it on Amazon. Check my channel. But that's one thing I've been working on. The second thing I've been working on is I created a class. So if you're not into reading, I got an online class. I got a class. I got some YouTube videos to go with the class, and I got discussion questions. And this whole course will run you $100 because it's more work that I put into it. But it's an online course, and you can sign up, and pretty much everything that I know, I'm going to teach it to you on there. And it's more interactive. It's a little bit more fun. It's got more discussion questions and stuff. So I definitely recommend both of them, actually. I think both of them are very useful. So those are the couple things I've been working on, and that's why it's been hard for me to make a video. But anyways, this video is about letter writing. Letter writing. Yeah, you have to write letters. You got to write letters in the affordable housing complex, apartment manager, property manager, affordable housing community. You have to write letters. I'm not specifically talking how to write it. I can make another video about that later. But specifically the letter writing process. Okay, so when you write letters, you're still mailing those out. A lot of the times we live in a digital world where we're emailing and we're faxing things, but the old ways still hold true. Okay, there's a lot of power in writing a fucking letter, especially if you handwrite it. Don't handwrite it though. You're gonna waste too much time. You don't need to do that unless you're making a complaint. And if you're gonna make a complaint, you handwrite it and make sure you do it in cursive too. And if you can't do cursive, pay somebody to do cursive for you. Trust me, it'll weigh more. Don't tell me why. I just know. I'm not fucking. That's just the way it is. Okay. And so when you write a letter, you type it up, you sign the bottom, you put the date. There's a whole letter format. There's a paper, a letterhead paper that you're using. But specifically, when you have a letter, you have an envelope, right? So you have your envelope. Remember, when you have a postage stamp, the stamp goes on the top right. Don't put it on the left side. Don't put it in the middle. Don't put a stamp on each corner. It goes on the top right. One stamp, depending on, if you need like more postage, like if it's like a couple papers and you put 2 or 3, but generally it's one stamp. Some places they're high tech and they have the stamping machine, so you just put your envelopes in there and it'll automatically bill your account and it'll stamp all the envelopes for you, and then you don't need stamps anymore. That way is pretty good. I've seen that machine before. It's really good. So there you have the top right is going to be your stamp. The top left, who sent the letter? Top left. That's your information. Who sent it? Your name, your send back information. They should be able to send back information based off of that. And finally, who's the letter going to? Goes in the middle. Okay? Goes in the middle. Some people put it down here and put your shit up here. Just put it in the middle. Just put it in the middle. Okay? You put the name and you put the address. Try to Google it too, just to make sure you got the address right. Some places are fucked up. Like one time I worked in a place and I sent letters to everybody and I literally put the address, apartment so-and-so, and they returned all my letters because they want the address and the apartment number, not the address, apartment so-and-so. So you got to learn your post office too. And they kind of, the good thing is they work consistently. So once you get the idea of how it works, then you kind of got it. But when you're this is the envelope. When you're preparing this envelope, don't put the papers inside first. Prepare the envelope first. You always prepare the envelope first because it's a pain in the ass to write shit when you got fucking papers inside the envelope and there's indentations. So that envelope should be prepared. The stamp, the who sent it, and where's it going to. Then you're going to fold the paper and you're going to fold the paper and you're going to put it into the envelope. But don't fold the paper in 4s. I've seen some people who will send me letters and they fold it in 4s and they just stick it in there. You got to fold it in 3s and 3rds. You take it, you fold one half to the middle, and you fold the other half to the middle like this. So it opens up like a pamphlet. It's got to be in 3s. But there are special envelopes. There's things called window envelope where it has a little window on there. That one you got to fold it in 4s because if you fold it in 4s, the address is going to appear right, line up right where the window is. You might have to adjust it a little bit so it lines up perfectly, and then put a piece of tape so it doesn't move and seal the envelope. Okay? Remember, the security envelope you fold it in 3s, the window envelope you fold it in 4s. You can also put, if you're out of labels, so when you're writing the address that you sent it to, that should be a label. You shouldn't be, a lot of this stuff, you shouldn't be writing it. You really should create labels for all of this. But sometimes if you're sending a random miscellaneous letter, you could write it. You can put your envelopes in the printer, in the paper section, and set it up so that it photocopies the return address onto your envelopes from the printer directly. You can do that too. So that's some way that'll save you some time. You ideally want to find the way to save you time because it takes a long time to write all these letters. So if you got all the labels set up, then you can send them. Make sure you double check them and then you mail them out. And that's basically how you write letters or how you mail letters. There's many ways to do it. This might be easy for you, but some people don't know. Like one time, my buddy, oh my God, he wrote letters and he didn't put any stamps on them. He thought someone's gonna write you back the letter and then you give them the stamp and then they'll give you the letter and that's how you get the letter. And it's just because some people don't know, But after you know, then you'll learn. So that's part of that's just one of the many functions that we do as affordable housing property managers.